Wow. Episode 8 of Chainsaw Man was absolutely freaking amazing. Oh, wow. Whew. Dang. Just phenomenal directing, great shots, and then just the gut punches. The gut punches left and right. And I have my theories on what's going on, but at the same time, I have no hope for others. I have hope for some characters, no hope for others. And oh my gosh. So yeah, as I mentioned in last episode impressions, I did read a little into this segment, and it was just to the point where, yes, Makima gets taken out, and I was like, okay, close it. Like, stop reading. Stop reading. And I'm itching to read on. I am just so itching to read on right now because that was a very, very, very nasty cliffhanger, and dang, this episode. Let's start from the beginning. Let's start from the beginning. I'm getting ahead of myself, but will admit, because I read on to the point where Makima gets taken out, I have to admit that this whole beginning segment, I was afraid it was going to drag out too long, and we weren't going to get any of that. Like, I seriously thought that we were just going to completely fill this entire episode with Himeno and Denji. Which, to be perfectly honest, for myself, I'm not into characters like Himeno. I don't really like the overly drinky types, so I wasn't really into Himeno. But I will admit, this episode sold me on Himeno. And that's unfortunate because how it kind of transpires, but sold me on her as her struggles. She's struggling with something. She feels like she's the one out. And Aki is after Makima. Denji's after Makima. Everybody just cares about Makima. She's the one on the sideline. But additionally, later on, really getting to the idea that we're getting a perspective here that obviously Himeno has cried over so many people. She's lost so many people. And that's obviously something that's normal in the Devil Hunter sphere. They're just used to that. But she desires for that one person to cry for her. She hopes that Aki will do that for her. And it's that desire that she has, that somebody cares so much about her. She's seen Aki cry for so many people, and she hopes that he will cry for her, that she was important enough for him that he would do that for her. It's like, sell me on a character, then take him out. And like I said earlier, of all the characters in this entire episode, that's the one I don't think is going to come back. She kind of just disappeared. So where my theory comes is I don't know. I just don't believe that this writer wanted to take out literally everybody in the cast except for Aki and Denji. I mean, I could be completely wrong. And if you know, please don't put it in the comments. I don't believe that everybody's dead. I just believe that Himeno is. I think Himeno is the only one that's not going to be recoverable because she literally gave up her whole body to this ghost devil. Every single bit of her. Gave it all up to her. Now, I think where everybody else is going to come in is they were only shot. And I don't believe for a minute that Makima's gone. She just feels like she's too much of a staple of this series. And additionally, she's a staple within this organization for Aki's team. So I think my theory is going to go in the idea that I believe that Makima has either she's some sort of like death or life type of devil that's connected to her. And that's why she's so feared, is that she can't die. And I'm wondering if she can pass that on to others. That Makima herself can restore the lives of others. That's my theory that I'm going with. I've been questioning for a long time, what is Makima? Why are people afraid of her? Why is she able to control people? And I think that's because she's probably going to have some ability to save people. Or at least save herself. At the very minimum, save herself. Now, we don't know for sure that like Kobane and Arai are dead. It just shows a bunch of people pull out weapons and cut scene. So it could be that they were all not mortally shot. But Makima herself, that was a straight in the head, multiple in the chest. She's got to have something that would revive her. Either that, or was able to control that room. That's my other theory. If Kobane and Arai are fine, then I believe that Makima herself has the ability to control people around her. So anybody that went to go attack her in that train, they believed that they were taking her out, but they didn't. So that's my two theories. And Makima is able to control people. Obviously, it's been kind of irrelevant in this entire time. Or she has the ability to revive herself. And that's all going to lay on if certain other characters like Kobane and Ada, I mean, they could be gone, but I don't believe so. I don't believe they are. But Himeno, I think, is gone. I think no matter how you cut it, she literally sacrificed everything, her entire body. So if she comes back, then I'm not going to trust this writer no more. Like, We showed a lot of people getting taken down this episode, and Himeno is the one that I think is going to be the cost of this episode. And if she's not gone, I'll never believe that anybody in the series is ever going to go. We know that Denji's alive. Denji's been pretty much mortally wounded before. We know he's still alive. As long as his heart is there, he is going to revive. No, but going back, like I said before, having this opening sequence, very beautifully directed, just having them, Himeno bringing Denji in, laying him down, going, take a shower, all that stuff, I acknowledge very beautifully portrayed and just really kind of sinks you into the room. It's just, for me, it doesn't feel like anything's happening. But no, I will admit that I think that this portrayed the whole scene between Makima and Denji better than in the manga. When I read through it in the manga, I was like, why is suddenly it cutting to Denji being with Makima? Is this, like, after this scene? Like, so Himeno tries to seduce Denji, and then he leaves and then goes and sees Makima. It didn't feel like it transitioned well in the manga, but it made perfect sense in the anime. I'm stupid, but I thought it was a really cool scene. Like basically saying, I'm gonna think about puke every time I have a kiss going forward. And it was nice that Makima was kind of trying to restore some faith in him. Like, look, don't worry about it too much. You're gonna have plenty of experiences in your future. Just because this one is ruined doesn't mean it's going to always come to your mind. You're going to find other experiences. You're going to be so busy, you're not going to think about this. Yes, it's ruined, but it doesn't mean the end of the world. You still have so many other opportunities. And yes, she kind of bestows upon him his first indirect kissu, assuming he's never had an indirect kissu because this dude's been so shut away. But it was a really cute scene. As per usual, Makima just doing these really cool things that help Denji at the same time, she's manipulating him. But that transition to the next morning, Himeno, like, did we do anything? And he's like, no, Makima's my first. He's like, you really like her, don't you? Even if you know that she's got a crappy personality. Yeah, I like her. I still like crappy person. What was it in the manga? It said something like, yes, I like crap. Like, even if she's got a crappy personality, yeah, I like crap. But no, they make a pact that they are going to help each other. Her get with Aki and Denji get with Makima. They make a bond, friendships. Let's have breakfast the next day. Flag, flag, flag. Flag, 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 flag. But now this transitions into this big mission that was kind of executed by this other group to take out everybody in that team. And like I said, it had a shot of Arai and Kobane. They're being taken out. And we have Makima, and she's in the train. She's getting taken out. And then this other guy, who apparently is the grandson of the Yakuza guy that Denji was working for, he goes to take out Denji. Now, I love the scene with Makima. I think they pulled that off so much better than the manga. I thought it was absolutely excellent. And I knew it was coming, like I said, but I think it was so much better portrayed in the anime because you have this whole sequence where Makima's talking about how I hate going to meet with the people of Kyoto. They're annoying or they're intimidating. I think you should be able to enjoy food. I really like the drinks from last night. And then it stops and you have this shot of her just looking out the window and you can hear something happening around her. You can hear the zips and stuff like that, which in the manga, you're seeing the bags are opening and stuff. I love this because it's so quiet and you have this single shot and eventually it happens. It was so cool. I love how they portray that, even though it's very unsettling. And they didn't really hold much back, so give them a lot of props and credit. And once again, perfectly fine on Crunchyroll, right? Everything else, cut it out of Crunchyroll, but Chainsaw Man, do it. But no, they didn't hold anything back, and I think that was, again, a really, really excellently portrayed scene. But again, either she's controlling them, or she's able to control death. I'm just waiting for it. I know it's coming. But who knows? Maybe Makima's gone, and this is all just a big flip of the cast really early on, just to show how brutal this whole situation is. Because, let's be perfectly honest, they've been establishing very heavily that this is a very, very brutal lifestyle. Being a devil hunter is very dangerous. And again, there's a lot of groups that want to take you down. So, I mean, I'd be perfectly fine with getting that pretty much cemented into the minds of the readers and the viewers that this is a brutal world. And people that you know very quickly can pass on. Maybe that's something, awakening that Denji needs. But again, I don't think they've been putting too much emphasis on Makima, and they haven't really even showed her cards yet. I don't think she's going anywhere. Similar to Kobane. Purposely went out of their way not to say what her whole pact was. I don't think she's gone. But yes, the guy going to go out to Denji says that specifically, the gun devil, I heard he's after the Chainsaw Man's heart. So we're making it perfectly clear now. We're kind of hinting at in the previous episode that it seems like devils are coming after Denji. Now we're kind of established. And additionally, the Eternity Devil was after Denji's heart. Said that I will be the one to take out the Chainsaw Man. They all want it. But now we're solidifying the reason why they're all after him is because the Gun Devil wants his heart. Or at least this is what this guy is insinuating. So it's very interesting that we're already establishing the Gun Devil wants to get to Denji. Why? Is it, again, because Pochita did something crazy? Or specifically, they fear Denji? But yeah, he takes out Denji, harms Himeno, and then immediately Power runs up and super uppercuts him up into the air so that Aki can use Kon to take him out. And yeah, that's when Kon says, "You've put something very interesting into my mouth." And yes, it's some crazy Denji-like blade devil guy. So apparently Denji's not the only one that's sort of like a hybrid between the two. This idea that they're not human, but they're not devils. They're kind of in the middle. Looks very similar to how Denji looks. The same mouth and the thing coming out of the forehead. So at least we're establishing here, maybe, possibly, they realized how powerful Denji is, and so they decided to take this guy and implant the heart of a blade devil inside of him. That's my theory, is that there's other groups that are going, oh, this is working really well. Let's try that. That's when we find out about Aki's blade, that it's apparently the curse devil. That if he can hit them 3 times, the curse can then kill the person, which makes perfect sense as to why the cost for him to use that, which they mentioned in the previous episode, is his lifespan. Typically with a lot of these sort of curses and pacts, it's always an equal payment for something. So essentially, if you want to take a life, you have to give up life. So it makes perfect sense that's the case. But yeah, he plants 3 shots in and then says, do it, take him out. And sure enough, this big old skeleton thing comes in and just completely, instantly kills him. Power's trying to take care of Himeno, says that she needs to get to the hospital. And yes, that's when some random person that essentially don't know what their name is, but they seem to have some sort of pact with the snake devil, I'm guessing. Which makes me curious how a snake devil can take out a ghost devil. You'd think that most people would be, well, I guess no. I think that a lot of people don't believe in ghosts, but you can see snakes, so I guess the I really wonder at this point if this writer has like done some sort or looked into a lot of surveys of what people fear just to give power to each one of these things in his source material. Do they see a survey that snakes are more powerful than ghosts? Of course, it also could be an aspect that the snake got a jump on the ghost. The interesting thing is aside of the fact that they were controlling a snake devil, is that they seem to have brought this guy back to life. So makes me believe that not only do they have a pact with the snake devil, but they also have some sort of control over life itself. Or maybe it's similar to Denji, where they're able to start up their heart again and they're able to live. But that kind of shoos away the idea of this cursed devil being able to take somebody's life. Can that be revived? I guess is the question mark. Again, it kind of speculates this idea that this user is able to revive somebody, which is kind of OP. But no, now this dude gets serious, one-shots Aki, and then is about to take him out. Says they hint here that the suits that the devil hunters actually use is special. It's very powerful and it's able to protect them from fatal blows. So that's what saved Aki's life. And as he's going to finish him off, Himeno's like, go Power, help him. And Power's like, not gonna happen. I didn't even see that dude move. I love how even now, hater or not, Power's like, no, like if I couldn't see him, there's no point in me even fighting him. She's very much so a realist in that regard. So yes, this leads to Himeno basically sacrificing her entire existence to try to save Aki. She will not let him die. That he must survive so that he can cry for her. And just basically tells his ghost, the ghost is like, too, nah, not gonna happen. That girl, there's something wrong with her. I don't like that girl. She's dangerous. And so she's like, well, I'll give you everything if you do this. And the ghosts agree and starts absorbing the entire existence of Himeno. One arm at a time, legs, and then her entire self, just to take down this one guy. And just before it gets done, yes, the snake devil shows up, and that was a great shot too. My gosh, they pulled that off so well. It's like instantaneously the snake appears, chops his things in half, and the girl says, that's enough, go away. And then like, it's like instant poof, it just disappears, and like the remnants of everything kind of falls down, which again, looks so much better than the manga. Like they're definitely, for a lot of cases in this series, really transcending the manga. It is also partly to do with the sound design and everything else. It was just so quiet. Similar to the whole situation with Makima in the train. It's just so quiet. And then something happens. But yeah, just her being absorbed slowly was really pulled off as well too. So, but yeah, it kind of ends up with the 2 bad guys still standing. Aki's not doing good. Who knows where power went? It knows that power just completely disappeared at some point during Himeno's attacks. But yeah, be curious to see where this goes. Like I said before, I fought really hard not to flip to the next page and continue on in the manga. I'll be patient. Mainly because, like I said, the anime is seemingly transcending the manga. And if I can experience the first time with how well they're directing this, that's what I want to do. So we'll see next week. Episode 9 of Chainsaw Man next week. So only, 4 episodes left? And we'll see if all my crazy theories are true. Again, no comments on it, please. No spoilers. But I hope you guys enjoy this video. As always, if you did, make sure to hit that like button down below. Comment. Let me know it's the the episode. Again, no spoilers. Additionally, if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you get all my content. I do news, reviews, first impressions, top list. If it's anime, it's pretty much here. Additionally, if you want to support the channel more, we have a Patreon link, a tips link, and a super thanks button down below. Special thanks to Ryan for their recent contribution. I greatly appreciate it. You guys are so amazing. We just hit 8K subs. Thank you guys so much for your support. Looking forward to hitting that 10K so I can put a placard back here and then get rid of it because it's not anime related. You guys are so amazing. Y'all take care.